What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. In one of my last videos, I talked about 5 mistakes that first-time homebuyers make. Luckily, we have fixed those mistakes. We are not making those mistakes, and we are now under contract. So today, we are talking about 5 things you should not do when you are under contract with a home. And before we get started, if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Deja Spearman, and I'm a Connecticut Realtor. If you have any questions regarding buying, selling, investing, relocating, all that good stuff, Connecticut real estate, feel free to reach out to me. I'll put my best contact on the screen, which is my email or my phone number. I would love to help you in any way, shape, or form I can. Or you can reach out to me on my social medias or comment below. Like I said, I'd love to help you. And yeah, feel free to reach out whenever you need to. I'm always here to help and provide value. So let's get started. The first thing that we should not do when we are under contract is make any financial changes. What is that classified as? Don't quit your job, don't make any large purchases, and don't take on any new debt. So, changing jobs. When you get pre-approved for a mortgage, that is based on your current situation. Now, buying a home could take minimum 30 days, could take 60 days. You never know depending on the loan and just stuff like that. So let's go with around 45 days, let's say that. You are still trying to obtain a mortgage during that 30-day process. So, you go under contract, you do the home inspection, and you see if you want that home. Once we get past that, mortgage contingency, mortgage contingency is after the appraisal. But either way, you're still trying to see if you can get the home. Just because you got pre-approved doesn't mean you can get it. And so getting pre-approved is based on your current financial situation. So if you quit your job and say go from a 2-income household to a 1-income household, and that one income cannot support the monthly payments of the loan, you can fail to obtain a mortgage. And so that means the whole contract is done. So you want to maintain your job during that time and maybe even a little after, just because you're putting up so much money up front that you would want, something supporting going on, as you close and move in, just stuff like that. And not only making large purchases and taking on debt. So say, you're buying your home, you want to celebrate by getting a new car. Please don't buy any large purchases. Honestly, even appliances, I would say, could classify as large purchases. So once again, with the pre-approval, that's based on your current situation, your debt to income. Say you buy a new car, you have a $30,000 loan, your debt to income ratio can go up. And once again, you can fail to obtain a mortgage. So whatever you do when you get a pre-approval and then you want to go under contract, stay in that same situation. Do not buy anything major. It's only 45 days. I know you want this house. I know you want to celebrate, but doing all that stuff can make you lose your mortgage and lose your house. So definitely just save it for after the 45 days. It will be worth it, and the money will still be there. I know there might be some deals and stuff like that, but just save it for after closing and you have the house. You don't want that. So number 1 is making large financial changes while we're under contract. The second thing you shouldn't do when you're under contract is ignoring your contingencies. So any good realtor will explain that process to you actually before you go under contract. But if they haven't, here it is. Let's go with FHA. Okay, so when you're under contract, you have 3 opportunities to back out of the contract. You have your inspection period, your appraisal period, and your mortgage contingency period. During those 3 times, you have a window of saying, you know what, I want to back out of this contract. It's too much, or the appraisal came in, too low, or X, Y, and Z, or you can't obtain a mortgage. You can get your deposit back for that. So understanding your side of the contract and the power you hold with that. So during the inspection, you have the inspection and you have a window of a couple days, it's usually 5 to 7 days, depending on, how competitive the market is. And it will say during these 5 days after you have your inspection, you have time to negotiate with the sellers and tell them, hey, I'm not satisfied with this. Can you fix this? Or, hey, there's too much to do. I want to back out. And you have the whole right to do that. So just understanding, if you ever want to back out of a contract, back out during those 3 times that you have, because guess what? If you back out outside of those periods, so outside of the grace period where you have the 5 days, let's use that example, you can lose your deposit. But always be aware of the contingencies and when you come back out of a contract so you do not lose your deposit. The third thing that some people fail to do when they're under contract is getting home insurance. You have to get home insurance before we close anyways, but it's procrastinating to do so. And honestly, it is another expense, but once again, you are spending $2,000 to save you $20, $30, $40,000 later on in the road. So definitely when you know that you are continuing on with the process, the inspection went well, the appraisal went well, and you're able to obtain a mortgage, definitely get on that. I have, partners, referral partners that I can refer to you easily that can get you insurance literally that day. But you don't want to wait to the last minute because you need to provide that. So say they're waiting on you, that can delay the closing date. So when you know you want the home and you're confident that with the mortgage contingency, unless something crazy comes up, get the home insurance. So, we can close on the correct day and everybody's happy. So number 3 is just procrastinating when to get home insurance. I've seen that a couple times. The 4th thing that some people make the mistake of when they're under contract is not going through the final walkthrough. The final walkthrough before you close is extremely, extremely important. Once again, your realtor should know this, but in the contract, it says that the homeowners are not required to basically hire a cleaning service to make it spiffy and whatnot, blah, 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 blah. It should just be broom clean. So the way you last saw it, which would probably be the inspection, the way you last saw it is the way you should receive the house at the final walkthrough. So even if there's furniture or it's empty, vacant, whatever, it should still be in that same condition. Obviously, there are some things happening. Obviously, something could happen, say the movers come in, they're moving a couch and, some paint comes off the wall, blah, 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 blah. So that's minor in the sense that, you can maybe get a little credit if it's really that big to you, a little credit to fix that, blah, blah, blah. But when sellers move out of the house, something could break, something could happen, and we want to make sure that everything is set in stone. Also, if you did request something to be fixed during the inspection period, you want to make sure the sellers actually did it. We're going to require receipts anyways, but you want to go and see with it in your eyes and actually make sure it looks correct to the pictures and to the receipts. So that is number 4. At the final, make sure you don't skip your final walkthrough. You want to see your home right before you close on it, and if there's any problems, we can address that before the closing. The last and final thing that some people under contract make is not budgeting for closing costs. Yes, you have your deposit, which is basically grafted in with the down payment, and yes, you have your down payment, but you also have closing costs. Once again, this is all outlined in the contract, but you have to pay your prorated or your split share of, let's say, the water, or say there's oil left in the tank, you have to pay for that, the property taxes, depending on the time of the year. So you do have to budget for that. We're also an attorney state, so you have to pay your attorney and stuff like that. I do have another video and or short coming out of the closing costs that you can expect to have or can have when you're closing, so watch out for that. But those are probably like the main 4. The taxes, home insurance is, you're gonna need that regardless, but attorney, your shared utilities, and honestly oil is a little pricey right now, so with utilities, water and utilities. But that is number 5, is not budgeting for closing costs. So I hope you took a little value from this video, and if you're under contract, definitely do not make these mistakes. You can literally go from finding your forever home to not even being able to even get it anymore because of these little mistakes. So also always know your rights within the contract and never make any major purchases, just stuff like that. Just be prepared when you're buying a home, and that's what us, the realtors, the mortgage lenders, and if you have a financial planner, that's what we all do. We all work together to help you get your forever home. So if you like this video, please hit the like button below, and please hit subscribe so you're notified when I post my next video. I hope you enjoyed this video. I thank you for watching, and I will see you at my next video. Have a great day.